Gideon looking for an angle towards Showmaker. The flash does come on through with the backflip landed! And it's first blood over to Gideon! As a result of all of this movement, level 6 now gained for Calix. And he's beginning that all in, finds the backflip, and there it is! The perfect execution comes down, but it's a 1-for-1 in the end. But man, that was cute. He bought so much time. Look at all that time that he bought with that flash. But he decides instead he is once again going to try and kill this Rumble. The equalizer gets a lot of value, but unfortunately not quite enough.
I think they should be able to get this and get out.
Yeah, they're going to do a lot of damage, yeah. Beryl is just caught napping. They did just have vision.
Yeah.
They did. Gideon goes in, but there's the public execution. Pop Blossom connects on everyone, and down goes aiming. The equalizer is in. It's a lot of AoE, as now Shiu looking for Gio on the side, and the Cataclysm's gonna lock him up. Now Lucid trying to get himself out of there. Shiu is just a monster, and he burns King into the ground. That one, not necessarily one to be too worried about the job, and however, Beryl is going to put him on a leash, and even with all the shields, he's still gonna go down. Gideon going to be put into the Cataclysm as well. And one after the other, Nongshim are falling apart. He got the memo. He was standing so far back, but still, the public execution going to come on through. Gideon takes a lot of damage. Ashiu didn't have an arm gun. He's not dead! And Showmaker's able to turn up, and the Beryl redemption! As Lahans feels like he may have found the angle. We'll see whether he has as Calix goes into the Shroud. Perfect execution to take down aiming as Calix gets back to the Shroud and then just gets unceremoniously burnt to death by Shiu on the drive-by. Beryl also somehow surviving, and you know things are going wrong when Beryl is unable to die in a fight. As now Kingen trying to dash his way out. That's a decent stun though, as the equalizer comes through, but not really doing too much. As Shiu gonna have to flash to get out of the way of Kingen, and Showmaker, the raid boss himself, is going to show up, and Shiu does not stand a chance. And at this point, they're just kind of making fools of them. Get me the heck out of there, you know? As now DK looking for another engage angle as Lahans is gonna find the Pop Blossom, but the Cataclysm going to hold him in place. And aiming does get assassinated once again. And Shiu trying to do what he can as well on the other side. Nongshim actually finding a lot of power here as Lucid and Showmaker, the sort of last bastion of hope on the DK side. Prowl though looking for an opportunity as Beryl going to take Lahans for a walk, does get the snare, and now aiming able to follow up really nicely still. Lucid goes way too far forward.
Oh.
This Akali,
oh, they got him. As
I say it, he is going to get picked off. Does go into stasis here, but I don't think he's getting out. There it is. Yep, Lahans looking for a Pop Blossom. Arcane Shift does get aiming out of dodge, but Beryl is still going to be dead. Cataclysm comes through though, and aiming is free hitting. Even the Mystic shots in the Shroud are landing, as aiming full health still not able to. They've got vision. Public execution just to get him out of the way of the Ezreal, as one lone Ocean Dragon is going to be picked up. Shiu goes golden as well, as the Shockwave doesn't do too much. Still Gideon taking so much damage. Aiming and Showmaker both still alive. Shiu not so much. And down they all go. Calix is still there. Lahans has indeed respawned. 4 items somehow. As Lucid, that's a Cataclysm. Lahans is just dead. All right, that's what you do, I guess, when you finish the Rabadon's death cap on your Orianna. You just throw your Jarvan at him.
Yeah, and Lahans had flash. Wanted to save it. Didn't want to have to burn that powerful engage duel defensively.
Well, public execution coming on down here, but Kingen spends some time in the sky and regrets his decision. Calix looking for an opportunity though as Showmaker. He is not afraid. This time going golden at the right time, and this time his team is there to defend. He will go down, but he'll take that for a Nexus trade any day of the week. As DK, it was a long one. It was a slog, but they're still able to take game number 1 in this best of 5 series up against Nongshim. Calix, pretty heroic in this game, I have to say, but it wasn't, unfortunately, enough.
Both mid laners putting in such an effort to carry that game. They are
far as possible. Q connects, and Lucid comes on through. There's the auto, and doesn't even die to the turret.
The
holding the wave, almost just dying as Shiu now finding a lot of damage, is aiming. Yeah, you are dead, buddy. And Lahans just baited him into it.
That was the Lahens special of holding the wave until near death.
Delay a little bit there as Beryl is rotating over, does get the knock up onto Lahans, only level 4 is Shiu. Yeah, he's going to put him between worlds, and he doesn't like being there. Gideon looking to make it happen again. Early flash comes through from Showmaker, but I don't think that's going to be enough to save him. And down he will go. Another good gank from Gideon in mid. And they want to turn. Still a lot of damage coming on through there. And Xiu trying to go between the worlds. My god, the burst damage is obscene. And now aiming is able to explode and pick up that kill. The king is fantastic. Xiu going to go down towards that top side as Beryl just battle dances his way to safety. Here as Gideon just gets rid of Lucid, or at least attempts to, but the battle dance comes down. Beryl holding Gideon in place. The Lee Sin Rakan combo working out so well. We'll be able to get on top. There is the knockup. Between Worlds comes on through, and Kingen is very dead. Lahens with a bit of a wraparound play here as Jiu? Why? Never mind. I mean, they should be able to kill Showmaker here, so Jiu using his health bar as a resource, something like that, and Showmaker is very dead. K is Gideon, now gonna get charmed up and kicked back and destroyed. Aiming gets another one. Oh goodness, we are on track for some... Oh dear, okay, Realm Warp is going to get Showmaker up. He is just instantly dead.
He just teleports out!
Yeah, he's gone.
Oh my god!
He was teleporting... Oh, no, okay, it would be silly if he teleported to a minion that was like right there.
It was just as funny the second time.
It was.
Honestly.
Wait, that's not a replay, is it? Okay, never mind. Kingen's dead again from Beryl. As Calix is going to die, it's just whether he can take anyone with him. And the answer is not for now, as Lahens, yeah, you're going to have to...
Yeah, turrets are pretty good.
Well, there's a double knockup from Beryl. The jump scare from this Rakan. And now aiming uses the Ghoulie wall to keep himself safe. Beryl doing his favorite thing here. And out goes Lucid. Not going to quite find the kickback there, but I don't think that Nongshim have much left in the tank. And if you make them look a little silly, but aiming's still alive, the outcome will still be the same, as Xiu is going to be able to put him down. He will build a something else. As Lucid goes in, that's and then out, and then back in again, and then is unceremoniously destroyed. Teleport in from Xiu, who's just bouncing around the fight. A lot of AoE damage, but DK may have gone a bit of a step too far. Never mind. Well, Lahens is not necessarily the one they want to engage on, as he does get kicked back anyway. Uses the ulti, but he's still dead. Unfortunately, the will is unbreakable.
Kingen, no.
Oh no, he immediately flashes out. Kingen and teleports in this game. Oh, it has only been a mess. As now Lucid is going to be able to get on top of him. The flash room prison, and he is definitely in prison there. The shoveler goes down.
You know, it's been a long time.
Oh dear. Well, let's see whether Xiu can get him. No, he's dead.
Nice.
That's going to be Jiu that locks that down. That's, 1.1k. Aiming, he's going to just ult, and Calix is down to 50% before he can do anything. One more auto would need to come in as aiming flashes away. Lahens unable to get on top of him, but down goes Beryl as Xiu into the back line where he really enjoys spending time, and I feel like aiming just baited two people to die. Does have that level 2 ulti now, gets a headbutt back onto Lucid, who finds the flash kick and manages to pick off Calix. I don't know whether he's necessarily the target, but he has a GA! Gideon has to flash away, the Civ is already dead, and DK actually thought it 3 steps ahead. Kingen now gonna get flashed on by Showmaker. He loves flashing over base gates, by the way. And it was all just a cunning ruse, a bait and switch. And it will earn DK match point in this best of 5. And I can't believe they outthought them.
Done in a Dplus fashion, right? There's some goofiness, there's some shenanigans, but at the end of the day, they come together and they take this series to match point, crushing Jiu, crushing Calix, a great kick from Lucid, and they're 1 away from playoffs.
My god, that was absolutely insane. We have to remember the Nongshim, this is the legend team, right? They haven't been picking up very many wins, but they earned their spot in the top. As Xiu, oh dear, the ghost has been popped, but Kingen finding some angles, and it's a solo for the Cassante! Sidestepping a anchor is quite difficult, as Xiu going to be able to satchel him back. Undertow, let's see what Xiu can actually do as he does hit low health! Doesn't have flash, of course, but needs to land the Undertow fadeaway jump shot and goes underneath the bouncing bomb to bring him out. Beryl does have flash available, but the all-out is going to come on through. Beryl finally gets hit by that Q.
Oh no, oh no.
Oh god, the Destiny comes through. Showmaker turns up with no blue stuff at all. Lahens is dead. There is no way that he can get out. Even the bowling ball connects. Oh, and they can deliver this kill over to aiming as well. Dragon secured, and the kill goes over, and the pendulum, it Shiu just running in, presses the Ragnarok button. We'll see whether DK can actually offer him some assistance. He's now running, but he is going to die as Calix goes to sleep. Not a time for a nap, my friend, and he will be going down. Beryl surviving for so long with the Eclipse, but it's not actually going to achieve anything, and now aiming, running to the back of this pit, and I think he will have to flash to get himself out of the way. The Q is going to miss. He flashes eventually. First item still coming on in here as the depth charge down onto Beryl. Lucid should be the target as everyone's getting sleepy. Solar Flare connects onto Calix as he gets lit on fire and taken down. And without the Cassante here, Nongshim are just not that strong. And I don't know about that particular satchel. Gives a bought Beryl closer to Lehens. And in he goes. Down goes Lehens. The ult's now on cooldown. Now
coming in.
Yeah, looking for the Dragon Hook going to come on through, but it's on to Beryl. Mega Inferno Bomb not going to find too much joy at all as now Lucid spinning around, but doesn't quite find the value here as now Calix dealing with this Viking who will be taking him down. Gideon going to be next on the menu as Kingin being held in place here by Showmaker. You mentioned being kited, and that's exactly what happened. All of their money is just dealing with this guy trying to play poker. Now you've got the Ragnarok coming on through here as Kingin gets hit by an undertow, but I think Shiu is just dead. Yep, the redemption gonna be late once again. Taking a fair bit of damage, but now looking for an angle here as Shiu just gonna be running into Gideon. Lands the axes, the Destiny comes on through, and Gideon is just dead. No chance to do anything at all. And Mega Inferno Bomb not going to be enough. Slowed down, Bowling Ball connects. The curtains have already been called as Lehens has to stand in front. Beryl takes a lot of damage from the Mega Inferno Bomb as Gideon standing in front, but the Deadly Flourish connects. Calix does not. And Lucid is just pirouetting around the back of this team fight. Beryl has his health. Does find the gold card. And then...
Oh, nice knockdown.
Not going to be out of Destiny out of this one.
And Calix gets the kill. Great news for Nongshim. Nice pickup there. Good flank around by Kingin.
Gold card already primed as Kingin, the raid boss himself, but he cannot take that much damage. Still, Calix gets into the back line. It's massive, and Kingin is even surviving. It's absolute insanity. They take down the magic damage dealers as Shiu. I just don't think he's going to be able to do this one. He gets on top of Shiu, but he is going to get taken down. It's another couple of kills for Kingin, and the king of 2022 being punished. He will die. But what is going to happen on the other side? And the answer is aiming is very dead. That W flash was sick, and so is going to be able to hold Kingin in place for just long enough to escape. But now it's a very awkward fight. Lehens caught off to the side, but does have Gideon playing bodyguard. His health bar, he's still burning, and Lucid does manage to grab that kill as now Kingin going down so low, he flashes on top of Beryl, who immediately stuns him with that Shield of Daybreak, finds the max range on the Zenith Blade, and now into the back line they go. It is Lucid going down though as now Calix dives in and dies immediately, unceremoniously, and DK find the lead once again.
Oh, the monkey pork.
And the undertows starting to come on through as soon as these axes land. Buddy's buying so much time. The Baron has been started. Showmaker with full information, but it's not going to save Calix. He's dealing with a guy with cards and a guy with that Deadly Flourish! This is Aiming's best Jhin game of his life, by the way.
Oh, Calix, nowhere to go.
Oh no, he's like, my soul, it must return! And he kind of wishes that it didn't have to. As Showmaker will be able to finish him off here. It's going to take a little while. The wildcards are going to do it. And this is what we were talking about, the messy League of Legends. That's how Dplus are going to win this game.
They're TPing in, but it's 3 tanks. Kingin has to do so much. He doesn't have ult available.
Yep, Showmaker is now going to make his way back in as well as Gideon is going to be the target. Can Kingin do it? He has the support of Baron as well, but he flashes away into the waiting arms of Showmaker as the Baron is also going to be taken. Well, Showmaker's dead because Kingin goes all out and kills him, but now he's on the wrong side of the map against a Baroned up DK. And Lucid doesn't land the bowling ball. Man, Kingin is actually, he's playing his heart out right now, but unfortunately, 1v9 is not often a way to win the game. Opening them up as Beryl gets on in there. Shiu just wandering towards the back line as they dive on top of Aiming. He survives for a little while longer, but it doesn't work out. Still Shiu is dead as Lucid trying to survive. Shiu can't get it done though, and Showmaker wants to redeem himself. And does manage to get that health back, but that last bullet is going to be enough. They're just racing to end this game. as Kingen is on these turrets. They need to keep that minion alive as the flash forward from Showmaker. He's not tagged. Gio gonna get taken down unceremoniously again, and Kingen is now the target. He goes all out, but he may be all out of options as Showmaker will survive, and it's a double for the Olaf. Yeah, they just don't have enough minions.
Yeah, it's gone.
As Beryl's still going in. I wouldn't recommend it. He is going to try and make his way out. The ulti collects two of them. Beryl is going to go down as Calyx somehow survives. It was so close to them picking it up as the Mega Inferno Bomb is going to be picked up too, but there are minions still here. The Nexus is exposed and Lucid. He goes gold and the Lich Bait from Showmaker. And we told a lie. DK just walk up and win the game.
Heartbreaking end for Nongshim. They saw the Nexus towers, but it wasn't quite enough. Dplus hold strong.